Make your life better with a new job at UPS. Join Team Louisville as a warehouse worker, earn $14.50 plus up to $425 in weekly bonuses depending on shift. Search and apply now at upsjobs.com/Louisville. That's upsjobs.com/Louisville.
Exmark makes the mowers that care for the lawns that set the stage for the backyard life. As the commercial mowers more landscape pros trust, Exmark mowers get you on and off the lawn without compromising cut quality, comfort, or reliability. Exmark, official mowers of the backyard life, starting at $29.99. Learn about the available finance offers and check them out today at The Mower Shop, 7400 Preston Highway, Louisville, Kentucky, 502-969-6433.
CarMax is hiring experienced auto technicians for many of its 200-plus stores nationwide. If you're looking for a job where you can make a great living while working on the cars that you love, then CarMax is the place for you. Join CarMax to grow your technical expertise and work with state-of-the-art tools and technology. Work with the cars you love. Join CarMax. Apply today at CarMaxAutotech.com.
It's time for the Diener Show, presented by OPC Pest Services on ESPN 680, 105.7, and 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Drew Diener.
And Biggest Biscuit, also known as Dave Skull.
Yeah, he is here with me on the hottest day of the year. Probably it's going to be like 97 or something. It's already 80 degrees outside right now.
I went outside to take my puppy out,
Yeah.
at 6 in the morning, and my glasses were steaming up.
It was, I saw Brian Good or someone tweet that at 1 a.m. the heat index was 90. At 1 a.m. the heat index was still 90.
All you summer lovers are miserable.
No, I love it.
You guys are ridiculous.
I did something today, though, for the first time I've ever done here at the radio station. I don't know that I've ever done this. Maybe once. I'm wearing shorts. Because it's so stinking hot, I just figure,
you are a pants guy.
I am.
You are. I mean, you'll wear a polo, but you are a pants guy.
I am not. Pants. Yeah,
I am not. I like to let these calves breathe. Let the world see them. But
but I'm in shorts. I think it's the first I've ever worn shorts to work. I think that's the case. I don't know. I know Process still get a sweatshirt in there because I did bring a sweatshirt too on the hottest day of the year because the studio can get so stinking
cold. It's cold, so you gotta dress in the uniform, man.
Yeah. Well, I broke uniform today, so I broke uniform. I got shorts.
Speaking of uniform, we're both wearing like mint green shirts.
Yeah, I know. This is odd. Well, we'll look down the hallway, and we do both have mint green shirts.
I'll be up front. I mean, I have maybe 20 shirts that look roughly like this in that color,
yes,
in that area. So I mean, you'll catch me in a mint shirt pretty often, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I like it. I like the shirt, especially for the summer. It's very summery.
Yeah.
Very summery.
Mm-hmm.
So there it says we talk about the weather. That's what we do around here.
Weather,
NLI,
wardrobe,
and weather.
Yeah.
Or NIL. NIL. Sorry, NLI is national letter of intent.
Yeah.
NIL, name, image, and likeness.
They're too close. I mean, I've heard that dozen times. People have gotten that confused. It's easy to do.
Yeah, it definitely is. So it's on my sheet of lies. I've got a number of things on my sheet of lies here. A lot of them have to do with name, image, and likeness. We got to talk about Scottie Pippen. I don't know what's going on there. And they can't find the woman who caused the crash in Tour de France. She's escaped like a Grisham character. So she's got on a plane somehow, they think, and is never to be found again. There's an international manhunt. We need Tommy Lee Jones check every outhouse, hen house, and
it sounds like they've got Inspector Clouseau on it.
Yes,
yeah.
Chief Inspector Clouseau.
That's right.
Yes,
that's right.
Yes. So,
my dad's favorite movies.
Oh, really? The Pink Panthers.
Pink Panthers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got that. We've got Louisville is still going after a basketball player for this year, in Sidney Curry, who is a big body.
I've been frantically trying to figure out
who he is
exactly. Like I think the last 3 or 4 days, just as soon as his name popped up, I started going down that rabbit hole a little bit and listening to a lot of fake takes from people who
never seen him play,
act like they know who he is.
Yeah,
I think that It's a front court piece. It could be a big thing for us. Obviously, that's the one position that all of us look at and say, look, if they're healthy, I like what we have.
Look, he was going
5.
to Kansas, so that says to me, okay, somebody
if
really
the
good
old rule, the offer sheet rule, which people seem to pick and choose when they want to use it. But if you go by the other teams interested, Sidney Curry looks like a pretty solid prospect. But the questions about durability at the 5 are obviously a big deal for us. With Malik Williams, like when he's healthy, I think he's a phenomenal piece for our team. But do you want to push in all your chips on Malik Williams and Roosevelt Wheeler, who's coming off of Achilles?
I don't. The odds are at least one's going to be injured, if not both, during the year.
And then Gabe Wisniewski, who it sounds like he's putting in the work, but do you want to is that what you want?
No.
Malik Williams, obviously, when he's healthy, is a very good center in the ACC. Roosevelt Wheeler, who's a talented piece coming in, and Gabe Wisniewski. Like the one who's healthy is the one that you probably have the least faith in as a player.
Yeah, this guy is a junior college. Again, he was going to Kansas. He's decommitted from Kansas, and now he's taking an official visit here, or is in town today. The timeline, I guess, I got to clean up.
Today, but don't quote me on
that. You got times are running out. The portal's getting ready to close here, I guess, July 1st.
July 1st.
So here we got to figure out. Players got to figure out where they're going, and I just think it's going to be so interesting on July 1st. Who doesn't have a school to go to?
Does Sidney Curry count in the portal? He's a JUCO guy, so does he?
Well, you're right. That probably is. Yeah, you might be right. Yeah,
I don't think it's the same deal.
It's a good point.
So that might not have.
So you're
same,
right. No, it may not have the same.
But they might still want to get a resolution before July 1st in case they need another option. So, but I don't think, and again, not an expert on that particular, since we're all still learning on the portal thing. But I don't think that he's considered a transfer like that because he's a JUCO.
I think you're right. I think that does make it like he could come right as long as the semester starts.
Yeah.
He can.
He's
he
done
come
with
here.
his JUCO.
Yeah, he looks like a again, if the guy was going to Kansas, I trust that the Kansas generally gets good players, and I will generally. I think as a rule, you'll take Kansas leftovers. You can call what you want, but it's a Kansas leftover. Usually for most schools is going to work.
They took Bobby Pettiford.
Well, that's true. Maybe it was a trade. He was the player to be named later.
Right,
we didn't know it. we didn't know that.
I think it looks like Sidney Curry's coming this coming weekend.
Oh, okay.
So that would fall in with what I was saying.
Taken to a nice 4th of July party somewhere, right? Yeah, so some fireworks.
There's already fireworks going off. If you need them,
what's that?
They're going.
Are they? No way. People are already firing them. No,
it starts so Drew. 4th of July is a month. It's a month.
I haven't heard it in our neighborhood yet. Have you heard fireworks process? Have you?
I don't know if they are fireworks. I play.
They're gunshots or what?
Yeah, that's the game. You know, gunshot or firework.
Yeah, but where's your house?
It's just like Phoenix Hill.
Yeah,
50-50.
I guess
it's 50-50 shot.
Yeah. Because I play that game.
It's not a fun game.
It's not a fun game. But last night I heard the little telltale explosion after the pop. So.
And how does your dog react to it?
She's actually all right.
Okay.
Honey, the golden retriever.
You don't have to get a better
dog.
You
do have a better dog. Yeah. That's what matters.
No, all dogs are amazing, and Locke needs to get a better opinion.
Yeah.
But Honey, the golden retriever that lives at mom and dad's house, she's skittish as all get out.
Yeah.
Shoni doesn't love it, but she doesn't freak out. She's kind of like, maybe we go inside, But she kind of, she hears a pop and she looks around, and she's not nearly as high strung as Honey is.
Now, there's not that many gunshots going off around your place, process. So these are fireworks,
probably. But it here pops in September. So I'm like, is a gunshot or firework?
But this year, I haven't heard it yet. But it usually does annoy me that it's like it does become a 2 week long settle down. And then people that fire them off during the day. What are you doing? What are you doing?
What effect are you getting out of that?
I just don't understand.
What joy are you getting out of a bright firework exploding next to the sun, like the sunlight?
Yeah,
what's that doing?
Maybe they like the sound.
What's that?
Yeah,
just like this. You can just shoot off like a pop gun. Then fine.
Yeah, firecracker. Yeah, I think I've lit my last firework. I think I'll leave that to others now. I've been close enough to, an accident, and I've seen the quality of the labor.
Paul.
Yeah, and I've seen the quality of the labor on some of these things too. There's a reason you buy one, you get 3 free or whatever the stupid promotions are. And I am more than happy to go to other chip in for the fireworks. I will contribute monetarily, but I am not lighting those things.
You're not lighting them?
No,
I agree with
too
that.
much to lose.
Yeah, no.
I never light the fireworks. fireworks. I'm very much afraid of blowing my hand off, and I like my hands, so I'm going to keep that around.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do the lesser ones, the non-explosive, ones, the ones that used to be the only ones that were legal in Kentucky,
snakes
forever and ever. Yeah, I'll do the smoke bombs or the lights, the
worst
candles,
fireworks ever.
Yeah, I'll do some of that. But
I mean, we were talking last night because I'll have two sisters and their families in town on the 4th, talking about maybe doing some fireworks, and then I think Mom was like, maybe we can go get some fireworks. I think Dad might have
vetoed that one.
Yeah. It's like let's go find a fireworks display.
Yeah, I mean, at least we'll have fireworks events this year though on July 4th, right? Yeah. We can have. I don't know where. Louisville doesn't. Do we really don't have a?
Neighborhood stuff.
Yeah, our fireworks for Louisville are Thunder over Louisville. Yeah. Like that's the city's fireworks show, right? And then it's some different neighborhoods have them, and
Yeah, that's. I've been to.
We do our own Thunder over Owl Creek. We have our own Thunder over OC.
But I think that's how a lot of people do it. Yeah. Because I've been to one over in J-Town. I've been to one, down the south end. I've been to a couple of different neighborhood fireworks displays. I think it's mostly that.
And everybody's got the one guy in the neighborhood.
Yeah, the pyro friend. There's always the one pyro friend you got.
Well, they're not afraid to blow off his thumb.
Right. There's that guy, and then there's the guy who doesn't think any fireworks should be lit off, should be fired at all, and wants everyone arrested who is lighting off fireworks on the 4th of July. Everybody's got one of those in their neighborhood too.
I love coming across those people because I'm like, you're no fun. How have you made it this far in life with being absolutely no fun?
Yeah.
There's people
there's fun goalies for everything, man.
Thrive on being wet blankets.
Yeah.
Like that's what they were born to do. They just don't want anybody to have fun at all.
But I am with your level of complaining of, okay, let's limit it to the 4th and maybe the day before.
Like I'm
not all daggone week.
I'll give you a 1 day buffer on either side.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5.
3, 4, 5. I'm with you. Yeah, that's fine.
I get it. This weekend starts on the 2nd. So it's not going to bother me. And even a week doesn't bother me that much. It's just that they really do start.
If it's starting in June, it's way too early.
In June, and they don't, and they keep going, and people are like, I found some more fireworks. Let's light them off again. It's July
during
18th.
The day.
It's August 4th. I've got some more fireworks. Let's, whatever. And now, it gets to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
After a while, contain yourself.
I just plan on observing my favorite tradition is my friend drinks a gallon of chocolate milk in an hour.
What? This is a 4th of July celebration? Who needs the Nathan hot dog eating contest
in when 95 degrees with humidity?
Who drinks a gallon?
Sorry, it's a half gallon and a half hour. I'm sorry. A half gallon of chocolate milk in a half hour, and we pay him.
Does he throw up usually?
He disappears usually.
Yeah, he throws up.
Okay.
So he probably throws up. But yeah, that's my favorite 4th of July tradition.
He has a reversal of fortune after he disappears from sight.
And it's a lot cheaper than fireworks. I only need $10?
That's terrible.
That's definitely terrible.
That sounds like one of those things we used to pay our buddy to do in high school.
Oh my goodness.
He was cheap though. How much are you paying him?
Yeah, what's the payout on this?
It's like $5 each.
Oh gosh.
So about
it's not worth
$50.
It. Yeah, it's just okay. So they get 10 people. Still not worth it.
Still not worth $50 was a lot when I mean it's a lot now. But it's a lot when I was in my mid-20s.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Texture says we got to limit our fireworks to the 4th. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was America. No, I'm fine with 3rd, 4th, 5th, man. It's 3rd, 4th, 5th. But we're doing this on June 29th or whatever.
I gave you a week.
Yeah, you're even giving them a week.
I'm not fun police. It's fine.
I'm definitely the guy that lights 4 random mortars throughout the day on the week leading up to July 4th. I don't understand you. I really don't.
There he is.
Yeah.
There he is. Just he's I'm coming. That's what it is. It's a warning shot.
Yeah.
I've got more where this came from.
Yeah, they did cancel. The texture says this. I heard about this as well. The Oldham County canceled their fireworks because they didn't want to spend the $16,000 or $17,000 whatever it was for it. They decided, well, we got better things we can spend money on after a pandemic. I guess. I don't know.
Do we though?
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. Do we really? I mean, isn't this? Let's
all feel normal.
Yeah. All we're doing is just delaying the inevitable to talk about name, image, and likeness. This is all this discussion is.
I know. We talked about it. Like
we can.
Drew came in and like last night, I sat there with my notebook, and I was watching the finals, or not the Western Conference Finals. Watching
playoff P be playoff P.
Yeah. All of a sudden, Paul George is starting to live up to his self-gloss nickname, which is Cardinal Sin.
Right.
But I'm watching that and I'm writing down some stuff. I've watched a lot of Olympic trials the last couple days, which I love. I can never get enough of it. I love the Olympic trials. Watching Simone Biles, which was awesome, but it absolutely jarring when she actually stumbled on the balance beam on Sunday night. It was crazy. But all those things, and I know in the back of my mind it's all going to come back. Yeah, we'll talk about the additions to the roster maybe in football.
Yeah, and the NBA. I mean, I tried. I couldn't stay to the end last night. I tried.
I
fell
did.
asleep.
I did. But the Suns literally took the lead for 8 seconds in the third quarter. That's what they did. They took the lead for 8 seconds with 8 minutes left in the third quarter, and then the Clippers went on a 13-0 run.
And it was over.
And that happened every time they got within a couple points from then on out.
Yeah, so you're watching that, but it's all.
I know. I'm sitting here going, do I need to take a ton of notes tonight? Do I need to mine a bunch of different subjects? I said probably not. I could probably do this in the morning. I could probably write, because I know we're just going to go back to name, image, and likeness because that is the story.
And it keeps changing by the day. I mean, yesterday the NCAA comes out and basically says, for those states that don't have it, you all can kind of do whatever you want to do as long as your school says it's okay. I mean, it makes no sense.
Which basically sounded like it was a nice idea to get your laws in and everything, but didn't really matter.
It didn't matter. I mean, that's what I was saying last week. I mean, all this struggle. Oh, we got to have an executive order. It's a big deal. I'm like, yeah, but it's going to be moot by July 1st because you knew the NCAA was not going to allow that level of imbalance of certain states to have it and certain states not to have it.
Did we know that?
Yeah, I mean,
it felt like PR.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and so Bashir got his hero moment, and then of course now you have legislators going, oh, we're going to write an NLI bill up. We don't need that either. Okay, it's all going to be. There's probably going to be federal legislation on this, and what could go wrong with the federal government policing the NCAA? What a match made in heaven. What could possibly go wrong when we get a federal bill on this at some point?
Well, the bottom line with this was never, these laws and everything were never about legalizing this. They were about making it illegal for the NCAA to stop, because it's always been legal for a college athlete to do this, but they just would become ineligible.
Right.
It's never been against the law. Now the NCAA regulating these students is against the law, in regulating their ability to make money off their name, image, and likeness. That's the kicker. That's why these laws, frankly, at some point, maybe they make federal legislation to make it illegal for this ever to happen again going forward, but when is it ever going to happen? When are they ever going to go backwards on this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and so it's almost like, so you have the executive order here. There were certain restrictions on that. And it's almost like you're better off having not had a law or an executive order in place, because the way it reads, it's like they're not putting any they're not really putting any restrictions on it. Yeah. I mean, so, and by the way, those restrictions will be shot down by any legal challenge at any point. I just think it's interesting. One of the more interesting things was the Wisconsin quarterback yesterday, who
you mentioned this and I hadn't seen.
He's got a little video, and he's trademarked he's got his own logo. Looks like, yeah. So, and this is he ain't waiting on July 1st.
Well, I can't wait to see how these kids do, how the athletes go about this.
Yeah, Graham Mertz is the Badgers quarterback that did this. Redshirt sophomore, became the starter last season, and unveiled a trademark symbol.
Like Prince.
Yeah, I mean it was he has 25,000 followers on Twitter, or users as the article called it. No, that'd be followers. And Instagram following over 51,000. And so he's going to be one of the first ones. Well, he's the first one I've seen with a trademarked logo. I will say that, and good for him saying July 1st. Yeah, right. Go ahead and try to punish me. Yeah, you're in trouble.
Gonna get me.
Yeah, really,
it's June 28th.
Yeah.
You got me.
Yeah. So he comes out and his little video to announce it yesterday, and he's starting to hear the amount of money that starts to get thrown around, it sounds like it's going to be. Sounds like for a certain number of players, it's going to be gigantic money.
Yeah,
it's like hundreds. I mean, 6-figure deals for some of these guys, which is just. I don't know. I mean, it's a little surprising to me, but now nothing surprises me with this anymore.
I mean, these kids have a lot of social media cachet, not to mention their prominence in their local markets. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, the name's getting thrown around a ton, but Haley Van Lith, I mean, she released a statement about it and basically saying, I'm sorry that the athletes before me didn't get a chance to take advantage of this, but really looking forward to what we can do going forward. I mean, she has how many followers?
700,000 or something?
700,000 right around there. I know it's over 500,000. I mean, the potential there is limitless. What she can do, with advertising on social media and sponsored tweets, stuff like that, and maybe she has her own logo. Who knows?
I'm just surprised which of these, will actually be worth it, though. That's what I keep going back to. Is it going to be a real market? And if you're talking about spending now with her, it very well probably is because of
her follower count.
because of our followers. And I don't know, the Wisconsin quarterback. If he seems like he's a pretty good player. And if we were in a market where we had, if Teddy Bridgewater were returning, or Lamar, Lamar Jackson would be the ultimate example. But if you had a solid returning quarterback who was well liked in the community, it'd be very easy for me to see Teddy Bridgewater getting that level of money. Now I don't know what creating your own logo does, but hey, why not? More power to you.
Well, I mean, he could start a clothing line if people like the logo, stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. He can do whatever he wants with it.
He could slap it on anything.
Yeah.
That way, I mean, because you can't put the Wisconsin logo on anything. You can at least put that on there.
That's a good point, because they won't be able to use the university marks unless they're doing something with a current university partner.
In conjunction with them.
Yeah. The text says USC created logos for each of their basketball players. Is that right? I had not seen that, if that's the case. Yeah. Yeah. Some of these I just can't read. I just can't. Let's see. Texter says, and Jeff, we can shoot off fireworks June 28th to July 9th. Is that a law? Okay. Texter says fireworks have been going off since late May and won't stop till August in Bullitt County.
He's not wrong.
So
that's how it was when I lived in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
For 3.5 years. I mean, it seemed like fireworks all summer.
Yeah.
All summer.
Yeah. So it does seem like it lingers, but I don't know if is there a fireworks shortage like there's a Gatorade 2 shortage, or is that just limited to G2? I probably thank Dr. Wallman for bringing by 3 8-packs of G2 on Friday to the station, because you can't get it anywhere. I mean, it's out. I can't even get it on Amazon. I might have to resort to the powder and making my own. And I really don't want to do that.
That's not that bad, though.
Is it? I just think it would be
the little individual ones. Those are nice.
They shake well.
Yeah, but I just don't feel like it's going to taste very good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I said some last week.
Okay. You done? Okay.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to have to try, because there's no G2 anywhere. Like you can't find it, except for Dr. Waldman. He was able to find it. Texter says, for a former amateur tennis player, wasn't allowed to take $150 after winning a tennis tournament in college. Now players can take $100,000. Wow, times have changed. That's for sure. Well, now that'd be an interesting one, because I know college tennis players do play satellite tournaments in the summer, and you can usually accept the amount of winnings to cover your expenses for the trip. I don't think you could still take tournament winnings at this point. I mean, maybe you could get one of your, advertisers to take the, take the prize money and pay you for your, wearing, Oakley sunglasses.
You're quote unquote a professional.
You're professional, yeah.
If you're doing that.
I don't think you'd be able to take tournament winnings. That's an interesting one. Or a golfer who plays, like a mini tour event.
Where the line is, honestly, and like Jeremy Bloom, when he made money skiing,
right,
and he had to give up his football career. There was that, who was the punter for that did the YouTube videos?
Yeah.
Do you know which
was
team
that one that UConn? I thought it was UConn.
Was it UConn? I thought it was like UCF or somebody.
Might
in Florida.
have been. Yeah.
But he had to stop and give up his earnings if he wanted to play football going forward. Like,
some of these things we're going to look back on and go, you wouldn't let him do what?
Right.
Like if somebody was a musician, but they also happened to be an athlete, they couldn't take money off of that. And I mean, it is, and it's just going to seem for athletes 10 years from now. What do you mean you couldn't make money off of your name? What do you mean you couldn't do that?
Well, that's where it comes in well for like a D2 or D3 athlete. If they have like a side hustle they want to get into, they can now do that. They don't need to necessarily have a massive following like a major D1 athlete. You can now make money if you have another passion you're into.
I wonder what they're really going to make the most off of. People say social media, and that's a broad term. Is it going to be something off of? Is it going to be Cameo? Is it going to be, whatever this Wisconsin quarterback is up to? Whatever
I saw the first
doing.
response to his tweet. It was another logo. It just looked very similar.
Oh yeah,
like you're just knocking it off already, man.
They all use the same, graphic design guy for all this stuff anyway. It's fine.
But will it be products? Will it be businesses that they endorse? Will it be, again, social, what kind of things? Because I'm just not inclined to, if pick a player on campus and they say, hey, I'm a spokesman for this product. That doesn't make me... I guess there's just not really anybody at Louisville that I follow that much that I'm going to be that way with. Haley Van Leith probably has the most ability to do that, but hers is probably more global than it is even a local reach.
But how often are you really swayed personally, do you think, by local celebrity endorsements, period?
Well, for radio endorsements, we know they work.
Right.
No, but
I'm not talking about radio endorsements.
No, I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding because they're, over the years with sports radio, endorsements are one of the most powerful ways to advertise because it's about the only venue or the only media where the person you are listening to can endorse your product. Like, Kevin Harden can't just in the middle of his forecast go, hey, DFH company is doing a really good job today, keeping it cool. They can't do that. Your columnist can't do that. Your radio person can, and it works. And, obviously, celebrity endorsements on some level must work or they wouldn't pay them that kind of money. But have these guys reached and women reached the level of celebrity that is really going to be worth it to a company to pay them a bunch of money? That, I think, remains to be seen. I think very few can move the needle, but but it seems like a whole bunch are going to get the money.
I think a fair amount of, depending on what market you're talking about. Is there a bigger star in the state of Kentucky when Kentucky has an Anthony Davis?
No, you're right. No.
You know what I mean? And I realize that every player that comes through Kentucky is an Anthony Davis, but it's not just him. When Maxey or any of these players were coming through, Booker, anybody comes through, like they are a celebrity from the time they sign on the dotted line or when they come on the radar as a high school recruit. That's something they can capitalize on.
Yeah, I'll just be curious who they go after. Tex says, Drew, are you going to reach out to anyone to do radio reads? I don't think so, but Andy had the funny. He wanted to get like the most anonymous, like backup right guard to do hey, listen to the take with Andy Sweeney. Like that would be funny. Yeah. The name.
This is Kobe Baines.
Yes.
Listen to the take on 3 to 6 from 3 to 6.
Trey Clark is promoting a clothing line. Yeah, I saw that. Now that one. Okay, I'm really don't know how this is going to work. How the Clark is going to have, his football player for Louisville is going to have his own clothing line. It's not like he's Jair Alexander, Right. It's not like he's Lamar Jackson. If we're making clothing lines for nondescript players on a...
Well, maybe it's just his passion.
Well, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And
you're right.
Like
you're right.
Process said earlier, I don't know where the line is, though. Obviously, these players can't make money, like just prize money. Like say the golfers playing in an amateur or playing in a professional tournament can't take prize money, or they still violate their amateur status. That's not what this rule is about. But at some point, doesn't that just become a formality?
Probably.
At some point that aspect of this probably gets stripped away too. I have to think like within 5 to 10 years they'll probably allow individual athletes, like if you're letting them make money on advertising and everything else, why don't you just let them take prize money or at least put it in a trust or something until after they get out of college, something like that. I feel like that's down the line, but the students in general, student athletes, have always been limited in how they can make money, period. I mean, they can't make money in any of these other ventures. If he's always wanted to have a clothing line.
Right. He couldn't do it before,
And he's got a passion for design, or he's got a passion for apparel, and now he can. And there's a lot of avenues to do that now. It's a lot easier than it ever was.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be very surprised if a clothing line came to him and said, "Hey, we want you,
it's probably
Joe
him.
Clark, to promote a clothing line."
I'm sure it was him.
Who?
You know how many people? I mean, I know how many people have their own T-shirt lines and stuff like that these days, and I don't know if that's the direction he's going in. But you can't shake a stick. You can't throw a rock without hitting somebody on Twitter who's got their own little side hustle T-shirt business.
Texas, I feel like a lot of athletes make a killing off jerseys and T-shirts. The jersey thing is always overstated. It's always overstated because once you take out licensing fees and everything else, it's not as. I mean, I've seen these breakdowns. A, it's not that much, and B, you have to order so many jerseys so far in advance. Like Lamar Jackson's sophomore year, you couldn't get like a number 8 jersey because you have to order them so far in advance, and they had no idea the demand was going to be what it ultimately was that year for it. So a lot of times the jersey thing is sort of overstated there. But we'll see. We'll talk to you if you want to get in. 267-9680 is the number to get in. Text away to the UPS Jobs text line at 437-9680. How about this text? It's college bass fishing hasn't been regulated by the NCAA, so athletes have been able to get the NIL all along. I know guys who have gotten trucks and boats plus cash and are only like 20 years old fishing for Campbellsville. I'm talking $150,000 boat and truck for a college angler. I think basketball and football will have some value. Wow.
Is that is bass fishing a sanctioned NCAA sport, or is it a club type sport?
It's probably, he said it hasn't been regulated, so it's probably
not regulated.
sanctioned.
It's probably not sanctioned.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never watched the bass fishing.
But that's crazy. That's awesome.
So
I want a $150,000 trout.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Hey,
cool.
Max is really into fishing.
Yeah,
there you go. He's got an avenue.
Right. You see the avenue.
Yeah, I do. Believe me, the wheels are turning.
You see the vision.
Yeah, because it's not going to be any of the traditional routes. That's for sure. All right, we'll get to you here. 267-9680 is our number to get in. Text away the UPS Jobs text line. DFH, man, they were down yesterday here. We had a little whoever designed this building. They have to come by about 2 or 3 times a year when we had a water leak. It just starts dripping. It hadn't been the driest temperatures we've had in forever. But DFH came right out, fixed it right up. And look, they can take care of your needs as well. And whatever those needs are with your heating and cooling system, you're going to find out. I bet people are going to be finding out what kind of shape their air conditioning units in here today. And it's because it's just going to be a scorcher. So if your AC goes out, give DFH Company a call, 968-6222. Online, dfhcompany.com. That's the website to go to. If you're good at remembering phone numbers, 968-6222. But they've been taking care of us for years and me at my house for years as well. The Mitsubishi mini split on the wall over here keeps the room from being an absolute sauna. So if you've got that room that's hard to cool down in the summer, give them a call or look them up online. It's dfhcompany.com.
It's time for the Diener Show, presented by OPC Pest Services on ESPN 680, 105.7, and 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Drew Diener.
And Biggest Biscuit, also known as Dave Skull.
And we will have the College World Series Game 2 tonight. Vandy, Mississippi State. Vandy, an easy winner, 8-2 last night. So we will have Game 2 for you tonight here on 93.9 The Ville. So I guess looking forward to that. I did not watch any of that last night. There was a swim meet up at the pool. So I hung out up there a little bit. Watched my friends pretend to be working when really they're just trying to find an excuse to not have to be amongst the madness and have a little pour on the side. You know, I know what they're up to up there. So I was joining them and then trying to watch the basketball. The baseball got cut from my viewing last night.
Yeah.
So.
No, I watched I was cooking for the family. I have a sister in town and her husband, her kids. So that takes up all of my attention. And then I watched the NBA after that. So, but I saw saw the score.
Okay, yeah. What do you mean? What?
No,
no interest in it.
No. I
didn't watch it either, so I'm not, I'm not damning you to that. Yeah. No, something's got to get cut. I know there's no way Process watched it, right? No chance.
College World Series?
Yeah.
No, I just keep track of I got to make sure Vandy wins. So I'm from a distance.
They won
rooting
8-2
for them. I know. I'm just from a distance. I got to make sure that the Lightning win the Stanley Cup to put to bed this Canadian conspiracy theory that I believe in. And also the final or the Western Conference Finals. I got disappointed last night by the Suns, but I believe in them. They're going to win it all still.
So there's a lot. There's a lot on as much as we like to talk about summer radio, there's a ton going on right now. I
love that term, summer radio. There's always, this city, there's always drama to talk about in this city. So people say summer radio. Well, I would say fall radio, winter radio. Right. There's always, we don't struggle for content around here.
On an Olympic year, there is constantly stuff going on in between, the College World Series, and I realize that this doesn't have this. The wide appeal.
Well, the most interesting thing about the College World Series is what happened to NC State. Right. That's the biggest discussion that can be had.
And that's generated a ton of discussion. I've heard people I've never heard talk about college baseball talk about, what happened with, and obviously there's fuel on it because I can't stand Vandy at all. I can't stand their program. I don't like Tim Corbin. I just don't.
Okay. All right.
I don't like the fact.
There's a lot of history there.
And I don't like the fact they have 50 kids on their team and they manipulate the scholarship rules. I don't like any of it. I hate the Vandy Whistler.
Yeah. Everybody hates the Vandy Whistler.
Honestly, when Louisville's not in the College World Series and Vandy is, I have a hard time watching because of the Whistler.
I just want to know, and we'll talk to Dr. Klein a little bit later, what mathematically, the odds of 4 vaccinated players testing positive, that at least multiple of those, have to be false positives.
And my least favorite part of that aspect of this is it fuels the misinformation about the vaccine. There's a bunch of people that obviously there's people that just don't want to take it, but then there's the people that say the vaccine doesn't even stop you from getting the virus, which is not true. It doesn't have 100% efficacy. It's
in the 90s though. So the notion that
95% though, and so people they don't understand how a vaccine works.
And I just don't know how in the world you could have 4 players test. Mathematically, that's almost impossible. Right. To have something that's 95% effective, yet 4 people that's positive might be the stinking test.
Sure.
And again, I just think it's an amazing, ridiculous double standard when you've got 24,000 people in the stands or whatever it is, all over each other.
It's not a great look.
And then you're going, these guys can't play. And so, I don't know. I think, we asked Vince yesterday about testing, if that's going to be part of things this year. And I guess it will be. So you may still have, on game day, get that press release and say, hey, these 2 players aren't available, because they hadn't had the virus, and then B, got contact traced. Haven't had the vaccine and got contact traced.
Now, with the College World Series, they didn't test, there wasn't a daily testing, regimen for those that were vaccinated. The only thing that triggered a test of the vaccinated players was the positive test on the team.
Right.
There's going to be plenty of campuses this fall, that will require all students that are resident students to be vaccinated.
As a student rule, not even as an athletic rule.
Not an athlete rule. Just to keep the university, community as safe as possible. So a lot of schools aren't going to deal with it.
Louisville's not one of those, right?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah. If Vince said that yesterday, then I can't imagine that's a policy here. Yeah. Because IU's done it, right? There's some others that are just requiring
those schools will have an advantage because if they're going to apply the same rule that they had during the College World Series to the regular seasons for all these different teams, none of the vaccinated teams are going to have to test, so they won't be exposed to the possibility of missing games. And Ennis brought it up last week. Do you really think that Nick Saban's going to those kids are all going to be vaccinated?
Yeah.
Period. Even if Alabama doesn't have a vax rule. It's going to be a big time cultural and coaching thing. If a coach, is adamant about it, if they get vaccinated, because listening to the NC State coach, you can't tell me he's vaccinated.
No, he didn't handle that well either. Yeah, we got some guys with a bug going around. Dude, don't say that. Don't say that in 2021.
No, but when they talked to him about it afterwards, clearly he was pissed.
Yeah,
but he made it when they asked him because he was talking about, I'm not going to push my opinion on the kids, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And then afterwards they said, are you vaccinated? And apparently he rolled his eyes and walked away. And it's like, yeah, okay, you're not vaccinated. And questions arise. Like, look, obviously it's a personal choice, but questions arise about the athletic department's attitude on it, because they can compel their coaches to get vaccinated. Coaches can't make the players get vaccinated until
can the universities make the coaches
compel them? Like they can. I think they probably can as a condition of employment.
Didn't Dan McDonald in one of his interviews with us say that his whole team had been vaccinated?
I think
he said that in one of the interviews we did with him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like at the end of the season. I'm pretty sure I remember that.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that...
Now, the NC State coach did come back and say later that he had been vaccinated.
Man, I just don't...
He just doesn't look... You want to see the card, right?
I do.
Yeah.
Honestly, I do. With his attitude about the whole thing, the fact that it was like 3 coaches that he talked about having the quote-unquote bug, it just made me think that... I don't know.
Yeah, the PR of it was not handled well by NC State.
If he's vaccinated,
sure.
he was the most. He sounded like he's not vaccinated.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way. If he's vaccinated, he'd be the upset of the season.
I just hope this is the last sporting event that somebody gets DQ'd out of. For
I
that.
hope so.
Yeah, and if you're one of the 4 vaccinated players, you're like, what the hell? I did what you asked me to do. So just mathematically, it seems to me that there's some of those had to be false positives. Just
probably you would think so, right? But I mean, it's unavoidable though. I'm sorry, it's avoidable. Like the whole thing's avoidable.
Yeah.
I realize that people get up in arms about it and the personal choice. All right, fine, but. Being a part of a team and being a part of an athletic competition where that you can avoid being tested and this entire possibility if you get vaccinated and you don't do it.
Yeah.
It just seems crazy to me.
Lloyd Gardner with us, as he is each week this time here, 9:30 in the Ville, ESPN 6A. Lloyd, welcome in. Good morning. Hope you're staying cool today.
Oh, man. I mean, I played golf yesterday with there's a group of us that play every week, coaches, retired athletic directors, and we played golf yesterday. It was hot, but had a great time, and it's just good to be outside. I grew up in the heat, so the heat really doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I've been acclimatized to it, although a day like today does bring back some... Man, I remember teaching tennis in days like this, and you just... By 2 or 3 in the afternoon, man, you were just done. You were smoked.
Well, it's we put on the sunscreen and went out there and hit it, and afterwards we sat around and talked, and some of them had a drink. Lloyd had his Diet Coke and came home. So.
Lloyd Gardner with us here now.
I'm just glad you're enjoying the pool, man. You even go up to the swim meets to enjoy the company. So that's great. You don't have that debate this year.
Well, I mean, we got with the swim meets. I mean, they got Chick-fil-A up there. They got burgers. They got the candy. I mean, the kids are running around. Everybody's got their Yeti cups. Wink, wink. So yeah, it's a good time. And I don't have to worry about mine swimming because he just wants to do the practices and doesn't want to do the meet. So I got it easy.
That's right. You remember, Drew, I used to live in Owl Creek.
That's right. Yeah.
And Richard Pitino lived in Owl Creek too. So.
Yeah, but never crossed paths with me. And Billy Reed did at one point, right? I think as well, or some years ago, right? That's what he told me. So,
right.
So, what are they doing at the high school? I'm assuming at the high school level, they're not going to be able to require athletes to get vaccinated. Is it just suggested, or what are they saying?
Well, so far, it really hasn't been a big subject. I think they're sort of leaving it up to each individual. I think the kids that came back to school this past year will probably be vaccinated. And I noticed even it was great. The kids wanted to be back in school. There wasn't any question about that. But, I'm not a person that gets vaccinations. I did get vaccinated for the health and safety of the people that I work with, the kids that I'm around, and my family and my age. But one of the things I noticed when they first started talking about COVID, a lot of doctors says I'm going to increase my zinc and my magnesium. I've been doing that for like 6 or 7 years, and I don't know when the last time I had a cold, I had anything. But I religiously take 3 ZMA pills every single night, and that's really kept me pretty healthy. And at my age, that's important to be able to keep up and work outside and play golf and do things that you want to do. So I feel good about the whole thing for myself and my family. But I got the shot for a safety thing for my employment and being around kids and other coworkers.
Yeah. With this name, image, and likeness conversation at the college level, it's inevitable that it's going to go to the high school level. I guess KHSAA, you probably be ineligible if you made some money or off of your name, image, and likeness, or not. I don't know. I just assume it's going to seep down to there too.
Well, I can't imagine it not seeping down to there, particularly if you're the number one player in your state, in the nation, that recruiting part of it. And I just, Drew, things have changed so much. The word amateurism used to really be separated from the word professional for so many years, particularly in the Olympics, and then they started letting professional basketball players play. And you talk about people that are going to be endorsed. These college kids that make the Olympic team should really be a hot item. Should they have a great career at have a great Olympics? I mean, their name will be hotter than look what Wilma Rudolph and those people could have made back in Boston, the triple jumper, and those people. They could have made a lot of money probably. I don't know any name bigger than Rudolph in track and field, particularly for the women.
You make a good point about the Olympians, because you always see the swim team always has Olympians. It seems like that represent various countries, and I guess before they couldn't take any money, and I guess I would assume now they can. That's an interesting one that you do have college athletes who are Olympians at the same time. So yeah, they're probably just getting the corporate partners of Team USA can give them a little cash for once.
Well, if you win curling, I guess they could say get your brooms out or something. I don't know what the curling team, but yeah, there will be a lot of endorsements for those college kids that come out. And just think about Lamar Jackson. You win the Heisman Trophy as a junior. I mean, my goodness. I mean, it's the endorsements that he could have done with that trophy in hand. I mean, it's his trophy. It's not the school's trophy. So,
well, yeah. I mean, he won it as a sophomore, had to come back as a junior, and
he won it as a sophomore.
That one he seems to me. I mean, could he have made $1 million? I mean, maybe he could have. What could Luke Hancock have made in 2014? I mean, to me, those are the two of the bigger examples locally. But Lamar winning the Heisman and being a national name, you would think absolutely he could have made deep into the six figures, if not seven figures, his junior year, if any of the reports we're starting to hear of these six-figure deals are accurate. So yeah, he probably would have been, of all the athletes that have come through here, him as a junior post Heisman. Probably be the most marketable.
I don't think there's any question about it. And I think what's going to happen, it's going to be about egos, about boosters. I think that the boosters that have a lot of money and don't care how they flaunt it or how they spend it, I think it's going to be huge. I mean, even look at Papa John's here locally. I mean, it's of course, that's one of the U of L sponsors, so I guess they can't use them. But still, it's I think the boosters with the egos.
See, I don't know though, Lloyd. I mean, that's a popular thing to say, but the boosters I know, they're not dying to put money in college kids' pockets. Like the guys that I know that support the program, and families I know that support the program, I don't hear any of them going, "Boy, I can't wait to pay a player." I just don't hear that.
Well, it's all wait and see. I mean, there's just like I said last week, it's like COVID. There's so many unanswered questions about this thing and what the rules and regulations, and the whole thing starts July the 1st, and if there aren't any guidelines set by the NCAA in 2 days.
Well, they already gave them yesterday. They already gave them yesterday, Lloyd.
Yeah, I knew they made some, but I don't know if they completely finalized them.
Yeah, no, they did enough to get started on July 1st so that nobody's going to be restricted.
They didn't do a whole lot. Let's put it this way, Lloyd. You didn't miss much.
But they did something that will
acknowledge the existence of name, image, and likeness.
Yes, and said if there's not a state law, the school can figure it out, and we're not going to make you ineligible. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. So,
well, what about this case against Louisville now? Since the Supreme Court comes out and says it's not illegal to pay a kid, I mean...
Well, that's not what the Supreme... Well, the Supreme Court ruling was different than the name, image, and likeness. That was like for laptops and other educational things. But they basically said if you do want to sue for the rest, then go right ahead.
Yeah, Kavanaugh's concurring opinion made it felt like it opened it up.
Oh, it was a roadmap
to future rulings, essentially. Like, it's open.
I wouldn't get your hopes up for that. Vince on Friday said no. The rules at the time are what they're going to be punished by, and they're not getting out of it.
We're going to be the pot dealer that's in jail for life. Of his third strike.
Yeah.
How about out in Colorado, man? You can advertise the marijuana.
You can't advertise the marijuana out there. Yes.
It's going to be interesting to see some of these people that do go out and spend big money to use this name like an image. I mean, I wouldn't be very good at it. I'd probably be Fat Albert or Weight Watchers, or I don't know what it would be, but be something.
All right, Lloyd. Well, you have a good week. Play some more golf out in this heat.
All right. Well, you all stay cool and enjoy the weather. It's going to cool off, I think, tomorrow, and maybe get a little rain, but it's always great to talk to you all.
I appreciate it, Lloyd. Lloyd Gardner with us as the marijuana line. It's why we have him on, you know? I mean, it's what we do. It's what we do. So there you go. Hey, as we roll along here, we'll get to
Thank you for that.
Yes, in hour number 2. It's fantastic. ADS Security. I was just looking down at my phone right now. I know my dad is walking into the house and getting my son ready for camp. And, it's great to be able to have that security, know what's going on in and around your home and your office or your office at work. And they're going to give you 90 days free when you mention us over there at ADS Security, formerly Mid-America Security, 452-6277. ADS Security has been taking care of me for like 10 years probably right now, and they can take care of you as well. And mention us, 90 days free monitoring. That's going to save you over $100. So give them a call, 452-6277 for the ADS Security.
Make your life better with a new job at UPS. Join Team Louisville as a warehouse worker. Earn $14.50 plus up to $425 in weekly bonuses depending on shift. Search and apply now at upsjobs.com/Louisville. That's upsjobs.com/Louisville.
Exmark makes the mowers that care for the lawns that set the stage for the backyard life. As the commercial mowers more landscape pros trust, Exmark mowers get you on and off the lawn without compromising cut quality, comfort, or reliability. Exmark, official mowers of the backyard life, starting at $29.99. Learn about the available finance offers and check them out today at The Mower Shop, 7400 Preston Highway, Louisville, Kentucky, 502-969-6433.
CarMax is hiring experienced auto technicians for many of its 200-plus stores nationwide. If you're looking for a job where you can make a great living while working on the cars that you love, then CarMax is the place for you. Join CarMax to grow your technical expertise and work with state-of-the-art tools and technology. Work with the cars you love. Join CarMax. Apply today at CarMaxAutotech.com.